2 for 2 so far in this competition. And now we finally get to see the young lady you talked about, Nastia, Morgan Hurd. And when watching her, you just can't help but smile. And for many of us, we first saw her at your meet, the Nastia Lukin Cup back in 2014 in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I think she made a mark on us then. And here she is. It's fun to see her becoming a senior.
She really did. And I remember interviewing her after the competition, and all she could do was just smile and giggle and say how excited she was. And it's definitely great to see her out here competing. And not just competing, but as we said earlier, she really does have a strong chance to make that world team this year. And if she continues on this path, to make the Olympics in 3 years in Tokyo 2020.
Well, and I'm going to put Tim on the spot because he said she's got a chance to make the world team and maybe win a world all-around medal.
No, it's possible. There's no question. I mean, she's another one of those kids that the rest of the world sees on video and goes, oh my God, here we go again.
Here's another one.
she is the real deal. She's got power. She's got tremendous understanding of her body. Just great strength, beautiful understanding of gymnastics, and just a great look as well. Born in China, adopted. Watch this right here. Back with a full. Oh no. And that hand down, that is a large deduction.
That was a brand new skill for her.
She did that perfectly so many times in training. Another big test right here. Nicely done. She might have been a little bit under-rotated on that back with a full, but really, I think what it came down to is she just kind of was careful. And if you're careful on beam, usually you come off the beam.
But something that sets her apart, in my opinion, her artistry is wonderful, but she's so aggressive too, with every single step, every finishing position, as you saw right there. Just the dismount left.
Beautiful double pike, great landing. Has dealt with adversity and, you know, maybe not being as consistent. So super hard, backflip with a full twist. And let's look at her chest. Is it a little bit too far down? Yeah, not quite enough rotation, but I'll tell you what. If that was in practice, my guess, that hand does not go down. Just kind of doubted herself. Didn't really need to do it, but
even with that pretty big mistake, just watch her right here. Every single movement that she does has a purpose to it. There.
Gorgeous.
Just beautiful.
Really, really powerful dismount. A round off into a double pike. Look at, she explodes off that beam. Has a great landing position, just the smallest little hop backwards.
So she's been a junior until now, and now she's all grown up. Can I say that about Morgan Hurd? She's all grown up?
Not quite, but.
Abby Walker at 12.4 on the uneven bars. Abby Walker's got a lot of great gymnastics ahead of her, despite that low score, as we see Morgan getting a quick drink. I have a feeling if China could get her back, they would take her back in a second. This is going to be a fun gymnast to watch in the years to come.
Absolutely. I actually joked around with her a little bit because she's extremely powerful, and the Chinese historically have been great on bars and beam, but they have struggled to have tumblers and vaulters, and she is tremendous there. I said they probably, as you said, they want her back.
So a 13-point. There she is right there on the left, and she scored a 13.3. So a little bit better, but they did hit her almost 2 points in deductions for Riley, and you guys mentioned it. A lot of those little things that I'm sure she will be cleaning up as she gets ready for the P&G Championships here in a couple of weeks. And now our second chance to see one of the favorites, Morgan Hurd. We saw her on balance beam. And now her chance on fork exercise.
And she's not planning to do the full level of difficulty that she can, but when she does, she has one of the most difficult flow routines in the entire world.
And she actually has a training video that she has sent out on Instagram on floor, and it's like, hold on. Amazing. Does a double twisting double in the laid out position. It's done on what's called a rod floor, so it's a little bouncier, but I'll tell you, she has got tremendous air awareness and really super power.
Imagine seeing her and Simone in the same floor lineup.
Wouldn't be bad. Remember, though, she is coming back from a struggle on balance beam where she put her hand down on a back with a full. Whole different vibe, though, doing floor versus beam, right?
Absolutely, all power here.
So watch the first tumbling pass. It's a double twisting, double somersault. One of the most difficult runs being done in the world. Love this young lady. Wow.
What's not to love? She is going to be a good one to watch. Certainly will be bringing home some hardware for Team USA. I'd be surprised. And when Delaware was up here, he said, quoted him saying, "I have my money on her." And I think anytime he says that about anybody, I think that's a very good sign. Reagan Smith just doing 2 events tonight, but this is one of her best, the balance beam.
And if she were to have made that Olympic team in 2016, this is where she would have really solidified her spot. Not doing the same dismount that she's capable of, but just a jam-packed routine. She also does that back with a full that we saw from Morgan Hurd right here. Oh, actually, I lied. That was gorgeous, though. Flip-up layout. Here it is right here, the back with a full. So complicated and so great.
She added a few new skills, and these 2 are actually one of those. We'll be seeing that a lot more often. They've raised the value of that skill. But so confident, you know, it really...
She always has been, too.
Really has, and as you said,
wow.
Tim, not as difficult as of a dismount, but that dismount right there, I didn't really see much of a deduction.
I hope they didn't take anything, because there was nothing to take. That was a tremendous job. Boy, that first tumbling run, the flip-flop layout, she was sky high, then the back with a full, and to cap it off, that dismount, oh, golly. Look at this. She does a flip-flop, and, you know, a lot of people are trying this, but she really bounces the beam. Just gets up in the air, nice position throughout.
And that was hard, but this skill coming up right here, so difficult and just perfect.
And I'll tell you what, you want to do hard stuff, but you want to make it look easy and beautiful, and that is quintessential gymnastics. Fly high, stick the landing. Gymnastics 101, baby.
I was waiting for
Classic
it. I was
Tim
waiting
Daggett
for
right
it.
there.
So Reagan Smith's night is done. She finishes on a very high note. Had a very nice bar routine, a 14.55 over there, and this one will probably be right up there in the high 14s as well. Morgan Hurd, meanwhile, on the floor exercise a 13.85. So kind of middling deductions there, 1.55 off. And I think that max score, Nastia, you talked about can go up as she heads through the rest of the year.
Oh, quite a lot, too, not just a little bit.
Reagan Smith, it's all high fives on the sideline. We'll see if the judges gave that routine a high five.
I'll tell you what, they ought to.
Reagan Smith is done for the evening. There it is, 15.35, a rare green triangle for that routine, less than a point off. Huge 16.2 start value.
Certainly not going to challenge for that top spot.
And we obviously have to wait for that score, but it's all Alonia Shenikova's meet today, and certainly something she can build on, Nastia, as she heads towards the end of the summer.
Oh, absolutely. You know, again, it's not really about winning the U.S. Classic, but it is going to give you a little bit of a confidence boost going into the national championships, knowing that you can be on top of the leaderboard.
And you know, sometimes we get so focused on world championships and Olympic games, but for this young lady, if she continues to have the meets like she's been having at the P&G Championships, she'll make the national team. She'll have the opportunity to travel all over the world to compete for the United States of America, which is a pretty cool thing.
Okay.
Got a smile out of her. She's been smiling a lot this last rotation.
I'm sure she knows at this point, without question.
I know it didn't matter what the meet was when I was a gymnast. It could be an inner squad against the national team in their own gym, but if you come out on top, you're pretty happy about it. And Abby Paulson there with her coach, Sarah Jancy, waiting for the score.
We were so confident.
Abby Paulson finished 9th all around at the Secret Classic last year, and so she will move up most likely in the ranking.
Really, if she wants to make her way into that top grouping, has to do a little bit more difficulty virtually across the board. If she can pull that off, certainly would be much more competitive.
Abby Paulson's score, a 13.5, so not gonna close that gap, but nonetheless a great night for Abby Paulson. Sarah Jancy, her coach, should be happy, and that young lady certainly is happy. Alonia Shenikova, she is your 2017 U.S. Classic all-around champion. We will wrap it up when we come back.
Come on, lady.
So Alonia Shenikova, she gets it done, 54.95, a comfortable victory over Abby Paulson, but a nice day for Abby Paulson. Moves up into that second spot, and not just these seniors, but we have seen a lot of outstanding juniors in tonight's competition. This Team USA Women's Gymnastics is going to be another tough one to beat as they head into 2017 and towards the 2020 Olympic Games. But don't forget, in less than 3 weeks, we'll have the 2017 P&G National Gymnastics Championships, men's and women's competition on all the NBC networks, the Olympic Channel, NBC Sports, and of course, NBC. So congratulations again to Alonia Shenikova on your all-around title. For Tim Daggett, Nastia Lukin, and everyone on the outstanding Olympic Channel production team, I am John Roethlisberger. So long from Hoffman Estates, Illinois, and the 2017 U.S. Classic. So long, everyone.